So we talked about Paul of Tarsus, who became St. Paul, never met Jesus, but said in 3 different visions he saw Jesus. The first was on the road to Damascus, where he was struck blind. The second was in the temple of Jerusalem, where Paul had a fit. It said he went into a trance, and Jesus said to him, "You will go to the Gentiles, and you will bring my word and my church to the Gentiles all around the world," which was the Mediterranean in those days. Not sure if we're not putting the cart in front of the horse here, because he had already been told by Peter that you're going to go out and do this. And then he claimed a third vision that while he was still on his third journey, that he would ultimately go to Rome. And that was a problem for some of Jesus' followers, especially Peter, because Peter had basically given Paul the Eastern Mediterranean, but Peter was in Rome, and that's where most of the converts to Christianity were coming from, and the Emperor Nero was persecuting those. And for Paul to go to Rome was just going to be adding gasoline to the fire. And Paul was intent on, he had to be martyred as a witness of Jesus Christ. And he pushed it and he pushed it, and finally the story goes that he was beheaded, and it was on the other side of the river from where Vatican City is, and his head bounced 3 times on the ground, and from each one of those bounces came a fountain. And of course there's a seminary there for Paul, and then Peter was also executed. There's also interesting, if you go to Rome, there is a place, the cell where they used to hold people that were to be executed, and basically there's a hole in the floor, and below it is the cell. I visited that, and supposedly this is a place where Peter and Paul were kept in Rome. I'll flash on the bottom of the screen what it was called, because I'm going to screw it up. I was going to say it was the Pillars, but very, it really, you come to some of these places and it becomes very real what these people were going through. But so Paul had his 3 visions, and they all kind of easily matched up with his devices. And Paul basically went to the Gentiles and said, you don't have to be a Jew. Just believe that Jesus died for your sins and believe that he was resurrected, and that's your key to heaven. And he brought a lot of money back to Jerusalem. But not before Peter went after him. And it was in Antioch.